Good afternoon, all. And I know our session is between us and lunch, so we'll try and do our best, to ensure that we can catch lunch on time. I'll start the conversation by looking at the market opportunity and the context, and then we'll go through the rest of the slides. In terms of the market opportunity, I think Carl mentioned earlier that we see, Nigeria with its huge population and, a fintech ecosystem that is under-penetrated as an opportunity for us to actually provide wallet solutions to Nigerians. And if you look at the transaction matrix, in 2019, McKinsey had a report that showed that 96% of transactions were done by cash. And that gives you, a balance of what opportunities that we can explore in this market. Then if you look at, the number of people, if you look at the population, only 30% of the population in 2021 were using either a handset or an internet solution for processing digital payments. So those present opportunities for us. And of the population, only half have some form of financial account or a bank account. The rest remain, unbanked and presents opportunity for us. Then the other thing I'll talk about is the opportunity around remittances, projecting to be about 23 billion in inbound remittances alone by 2025. So looking at all that opportunity within this market, we believe that the market, presents an opportunity for us to provide solutions, financial solutions, innovative solutions that would, make the lives of our customers a whole lot brighter. Now, if you look at the penetration in other markets, you see that Nigeria still has a lot of opportunity for penetration. In terms of the competitive landscape, we have businesses like ours, which is the payment service banks, and our core advantage is our distribution and reach and the ease of onboarding. We saw the conversation that came through on using wallets for distribution of palliatives. And those are opportunities that we can tap quickly because with our deep penetration and rural reach, we'll be able to reach the majority of the population who will be benefiting from these palliatives. And of course, the assets that we have from the network effect of 77 million customers on the GSM side presents an opportunity for us to onboard those. On the mobile money OTT players, we know they've also done a lot of investment in this market and continue to lead with the app channel, which is one of the channels we have also focused on in the last few months to make sure our app is also as competitive as possible. And also for the others, POS or agency model has been the driver of delivering solutions. If you look at the banks essentially have looked at opportunities even within the space where they've put, some of their extensions into fintech solutions. Now, I want to talk about, the opportunities that we can scale, looking at the Nigeria opportunity. If you look at countries like Ghana, it took a long time for them to scale their business. Our business today is only in its second year. And already in terms of our penetration, we are sitting around 13%. If you compare where Ghana was after 3 years of its operation, the penetration into the registered base was around 5%. It was in year 4 that Ghana got to 16%, and then from that point on, they moved on to 35%, and 49%. So we believe that we're on the right trajectory to be able to get to those numbers very quickly. What will happen in our case is that we will get there faster because we are in year 2 and we already are 13 compared to the likes of Ghana, who today are key markets who were sitting around 5% in their first 3 years of operation. In terms of our strategy, I've talked about leveraging the 77 million customer base on the GSM side and our distribution footprints. We also are looking at opportunity in partnerships, and I'm sure we know about the partnership that is ongoing with MasterCard. Then in terms of our operating like a fintech, our speed of innovation and speed to market, the fact that we are also focusing on acquiring new talents in the space, and also getting non-MTN customers to also use our platform. And this will be leveraging our app solution to drive that. Then, leveraging MTN's core assets, we believe the distribution gives us the first leverage, and also the brand gives us another because of the trust we've built in this market over the years. And of course, the assets of data and airtime that presents opportunity for us to monetize and drive it as incentives for wallet adoption. In terms of our strategy, in terms of delivering our core verticals, we've already commenced, on the basic services, and we will now be transitioning into the advanced services, where we'll be focusing on payments, both online and offline, microcredit and savings products, and then, of course, the remittance opportunity, which I mentioned earlier, $23 billion by 2025. So what are the things we'll be doing in terms of leveraging the opportunity in Nigeria? The first one is, I mentioned our app play. We believe that the USSD is already a strong proposition, and so we need to quickly move into the app space. And like I mentioned, our app is ready for the market, and you see, the new look of our app. In terms of acquisition and quality of, acquisition, we've also looked at the distribution infrastructure, and we've enhanced a couple of things. We've looked at the way we reward our canvassers or our field sales team to make sure that we reward on activity basis, and so that will transition quickly, our wallets from just registered wallets into active wallets. We've also looked at our distribution infrastructure to make sure we incentivize the trade towards promoting transactional activity. Then on the distribution, I've talked about the strong distribution, which we will leverage strongly. And then the awareness side, I'll talk about Project Booster, which is one of the key, efforts that we've put in to accelerate the growth in Nigeria. And I'm sure if you go into the market, you begin to see some visible signs of driving visibility in this market. Our investment in the trade to make sure we provide customer education, customer understanding of the various solutions that we bring are very key in this awareness journey. And then, of course, our product portfolio expansion, because the more use cases we present to customers, the more adoption we expect to generate from this market. And last but not the least, we see the opportunities in the north, where a lot of the customer base are underserved. And so using our distribution infrastructure, we believe that we can provide basic services starting from wallet and then transitioning to advanced services in that market. In terms of, unlocking our 5 verticals, I've talked about them already, and so I wouldn't want to go back through them one after the other. But just to highlight that payment presents our biggest opportunity. First of all, the fact that once you have a wallet, you can actually pay using a person-to-person. So how do we make person-to-person very pervasive in this market and transform that into a payment tool will be one of the key things. And if you look at what we've said about the fact that that basic wallet presents the average person an opportunity to interact with the financial service ecosystem. Then P2P becoming pervasive is very important and will drive our payment strategy. Then we also are looking at how we bring our merchants into the play, and you see that the booster plan is already delivering on that mandate, because from 6,000 merchants, we are now close to 200,000 merchants because of the booster plan. In terms of our growth model, the story here is just to say that we have started, delivering our wallet, which is our basic services, and we'll be transitioning into our advanced services of payments, of remittances, and that is where we believe we'll be able to unlock the revenue potential of this market. Microcredits and savings will all come in. So that transition, we are already in that phase, and we are transitioning faster than you find in most of our markets that today have scaled very well. In terms of managing our risk, we've also looked at interventions that would de-risk the business. First of all, from the execution side, we believe that we've structured our distribution now to support agile execution for us. The teams have been resourced in the right areas, and we also are incentivizing at the right level to improve on the agility of our speed to market. Then in terms of competition, the disruption of the current model is where we are focusing, leveraging on our 5 verticals and the partnerships that will unlock the potential in this market. And last but not the least, we believe regulation will play a key role in how quickly we transform this market. And so we are in constant engagement, and like Carl said, with the regulator CBN, so we have multiple engagements at that level to make sure that the regulation is structured enough to support our acceleration program, so that we can offer the right services to customers. In conclusion, I want to say that this business needs strong leadership and governance, and we have the right team in place to deliver on the strategy, and that's the team that is delivering on that. We are still committed to our Ambition 2025 plan and targets. Today, at the end of Q3, we have close to 4 million active wallets out of 27 registered. Remember the example of Ghana I gave, 3 years, 5%, we are 13% already in our second year, and so that journey is even on a faster trajectory compared to those markets today. And if you look at the merchant numbers, clearly you can tell that our Project Booster is on track to deliver on our gains. And I'll conclude by looking at some of the impact areas that we've picked up from our Project Booster plan, which is a 2-year plan that we've put in place to accelerate our growth. So having put in place all the governance structures and processes, we went in for a plan that would deliver on the strategy and achieve our Ambition 2025. And the pillars that we've looked at is in terms of the customer awareness, because we realized that a lot of our customers did not know a lot about our service and our product portfolio. So a lot of investment has gone into branding, and so you see a lot of trade investment in branding, visibility, communication, and customer education around the service and the utility. And that will be activities that will continue for the next 18 to 24 months, where we'll focus on driving customer awareness, customer education on our product and service portfolio, using all the various platforms, including our promotion of the English Premier League and all the digital out-of-home platforms that are available to our customers. Then enhancing our value proposition. I talked about the opportunity that we can leverage in using our app channel to support the USSD channel, which is already entrenched and very actively driving growth. And also the opportunity to intervene in the north and bring solutions that will transform the lives of the average customer in that community. Then, in terms of our product portfolio expansion, I've talked about it already. The focus will be leveraging the key verticals in the advanced service portfolio, providing microcredits, providing micro savings, and then digitizing payments in general. And I've talked about how pervasive person-to-person transfers can be, but also the journey we have started with our merchant play. You realize that we are on a very fast trajectory to ensure that the customer having money in their wallets will not first think about cashing out, but will look for opportunities to utilize that, because we've provided a lot of opportunities for them to pay for goods and services driving through that. Then the opportunity around the Pan-African remittance opportunity, I've talked about that already, and how we intend to leverage the remittance corridor using inter-regional trade as one of the opportunities to drive remittances. Then, in terms of leveraging the GSM distribution, a lot of work has been done. I mentioned the amount of investment that has gone into our distribution infrastructure, the level of training and skills development that has gone there, the additional work we've done in terms of incentivizing at the right level to drive the level of activity that we want at the customer level. All these are part of the S&D digital transformation journey that Carl spoke about, and we are going to leverage that to be able to align our business to drive the level of penetration that we believe will bring the business to the doorstep of every Nigerian across the length and breadth of this country. So we believe that we have what it takes to deliver on our mandate. And in terms of takeaways, I've talked about the execution of the booster plan, which is our key focus for the next 18 to 24 months to drive acquisition of wallets and also activity of these wallets to ensure that we can bring financial solutions to Nigerians. And I've talked about the distribution infrastructure, which we'll leverage, advanced services focusing on lending and scaling our remittance portfolio, and then, of course, the right skill sets of people that will deliver this strategy. I think on that note, I want to thank you for your attention. There will be time for Q&A, and so we can take the relevant questions that will come during the panel discussion. Thank you very much.